Hello guys. So in today video, it's a bit educating video. It's about how to handle emotion during the trade. Um, and I give you an example I had yesterday of a mistake I took, and especially how to handle your emotion during and when you observe or understand that you did a mistake. So the two emotions that affects most trader and basically every trader is greed and fear. This is what moved the market, greed and fear. You see that, and most of the time, that fear is much stronger than greed. You see, I traded yesterday BNTX. You see how the fear is much stronger than the greed. And when you realize that those two emotions affect you, you will be a better trader. So let me show you what I managed to do yesterday. You see here, this is one trade which I lost. I lost here about 500 and some. And with this trade I gain, and in total I had about 100 and some gain with those two trades. Even though I was able to gain more than I lost, both of them I didn't manage right, because here I was greedy. Here I had a fear effect. So let's talk about how I could prevent, and what was before the market open and what happened during. Before the market open, I always look. Let's check the 5 minutes. I'm checking what happened at the post market and the after market hours and the pre-market hours, to see what the stock and where the powers are. I'm looking at my algorithm which I wrote, and also my indicator to tell me where are the good entry points and exit points. So before, I have a notebook. I wrote to myself that, let's come back to the 1 minute. I wrote to myself that I want to see BNTX at the start moving down to 368, touching again and trying to reach 370, and then rejected and falling down. When it's gonna fall down, you should enter short. Which means that in the session of BNTX, I'm looking to short the stock. So the first trade I took wasn't on BNTX. I took a scalping with $4 stock, which I rarely do, but I want to see how my algorithm is handling short stocks and small stocks, sorry. So I failed to enter at the 3 minutes start, and then my system is that I can do either way, even if the stock is let's say it's moving down. My algo also tell me where are the reversal entries and exit. So my first mistake was here. I was entering long with 200 shares. For me to enter this size is a confidence that I'm sure that the stock should move higher. And this was the mistakes. I immediately noticed the mistakes because I didn't watch. My algo told me to enter, but the indicator told me not to enter. So when one of the my system I wrote to myself didn't agree with the other, I don't take the position, and I did. I took it. As you see, I took it at the high, almost at the high of the candle, and see what happened. It's just fell off to 361. I was immediately in loss, and because my way I'm trading, I'm mostly a scalper, so I have to see almost immediately after 10 to 15 seconds again. If I see again, I'm sure that the stock will move up, but immediately I see a loss, so I know I was a mistake and I didn't exit. So the first rule for me is when I'm entering by mistake and I see the mistake immediately, I should exit. I don't care, I should exit even if it's 100 loss, 200 loss, I should exit, but I didn't. I didn't because I was greedy. I was greedy and I started to look for a reason why should I stay in the trade. This is the second mistake that traders do. They know they enter by mistake, and now they try to look at their indicator, their system, reason why should they stay in the trade. And I found one. I found one 1 minute later. I see 1 minute later my indicator and my algos told me to enter a reversal for $2 at 360. Let me check it. 363.09. So I enter with 100. I got 363.47 because it's pretty stocks. And I enter with 100 shares. I know I was looking about $2, so I with 363.09, this is the entry point. It doesn't mean that I got it, but the algo told me that the max profit for me, or the, let's say, the partial, the big partial is 365.09. And what happened? 365.27. I didn't exit. I should exit all the position because this is called averaging down, but for me, when I enter a second position, I'm entering only if I had a reason to take this trade, as if I didn't took the earlier trade. So even if I didn't took the earlier trade, I would take this trade for $2. But the third mistakes I didn't exit. So if you enter by mistakes, you should exit immediately. If you fail to do so, and you see the price coming back to your entry point, move out. You should move out, or you should put a hard stop loss at, let's say, if you are risking $200, put a hard stop loss at about $50, because even though immediately with this BNTX is very spready, it immediately took off your hard stop loss, you won't lose big money, and you won't let your emotion to handle you further in the trading session. So the mistake I took it by mistake. I didn't listen to my system. I didn't get out. I took a good position here for a short reversal, a scalping reversal. I didn't move out because I was greedy. I want to get more. So when I see this big candle moving down, I said to myself, now you're gonna move out. And I put a mental stop loss at 362. When I see it break below, as you see 4 cent, I move out, and then it move up again. And I just didn't look at I didn't look about everything. I just look at the price section. I see the 362 breaking down. I move out. I got 362.12, and I see the coming back to my entry, which means a lot of people do the same mistakes, because if you see here the sellers coming back at 364.20, as you see the high 23, so probably a lot of people do the same mistakes that I did, but luckily I managed to shake it off immediately. And I thought to myself, you want to short the stock at the beginning of the trade, so look for a short. And I immediately said to myself, if you want to stop out at 362 and my algo tell me to enter, and the indicator told me that it's okay to enter, my entry price was 362.19, so I should enter about 362 here. I took full position because now I was sure that the stocks will fall down. I got the price 361.85 with 300 shares, and now that on my next mistake. My plan, when I'm entering a position, I always know where is my profit target should be, and my first profit target was 355.19. 355 here 19. So basically I'm taking about it's a spready stocks 20 cents more, 355.40. This is the first exit partial. My second exit is 353.50. 353.50, where it is here. 353, no, something here. And see what happened. I enter a good position with the stocks with the big momentum, did a move down, reversal, and again break the 362, and see what happened when I exit. This is an average, I exit 250, 359.86, this is the average. So and then 25 stocks more, so I left on the table 25 stocks. Why the hell did I do that? Fear. Remember, I had here about 500 and some losses. My P&L, close P&L, show me a $500 loss. And immediately I saw here a gain. I saw myself gaining, and again, and then boom. This is, let's say, about $1, 359.80, 360, or $2. $2 move with almost 300 shares. I saw myself closing my P&L with a zero sum here. And this is the reason why I click it. I was afraid that the stock will do a reversal, because the 360 is a round number. You see the rejection, but my algo told me no, it should move down to 355.19 here, and I didn't I didn't wait it. I didn't wait, and this, even though at the total you see here, I put 354.38. I put the last 25. It was between 353 and 355. It was also a good position for a small reversal. The algo told me a small reversal at 354.35. So something 350, 353.50. There is a chance for a small reversal. So I put here and I said to myself, let me gain 100 and some bucks and stop out and stop the trade. I couldn't let myself lose because I had a big loss here. So the mistake was I couldn't ignore the loss I had before. And the lesson is, when you enter a trade with a good position, ignore everything else. Ignore the future, ignore the past, always looking at the present and what your plan is. So my plan was, when I'm entering and I see a good momentum to the downside, my mental stop loss is here at the high, so it means something like $1, and I see myself in profit in $2, so I could move down to zero sum, and I just wanted to take the gain, but my plan was to wait to 355.19. So I could get it something here if I was exit 355.40, and just consider what would happen if I was taking, let's say, all the stock, 300 shares with 355.50, and compared to the price, the entry 361.85, it's about almost $5 with 300 shares. I could gain about 1,500 minus the 500, $1,000 gain. And what happened? Only $100 and some gains. So even though I was able to cover the losses I had, even though I was finished the day green with about $427 green, this is a big lesson for me. So I hope you will watch it and watch it again. Pay attention to the greed factor and the fear factor. Have a plan before you entering every trade you take, even if it's a scalping, even if it's a longer term with 1 hour. Have a plan and stick to it. And hope you had a good trading session. Later I will upload also the week recap and see what happened with the SPY, and we'll try to do a prediction for the next week. So far, as you see, my prediction were right, so it helped me a lot trading the stock I'm taking. Once in a while I have mistakes and I learn for them. So good luck guys, and see you guys later.